I want to say here that our presence in this government is not by a mistake. There is no mistake about it. Our presence in government is by right, it's by decision. We made a decision to work with President Ruto, and that is why we are working with President Ruto. We are confident that we are working together with President Ruto to transform the economy of the country. The economy of the country was ruined by the previous regimes. The previous regimes borrowed excessively, and some of the monies that were borrowed by Uhuru were stolen. Auditor General Ouko told us that some money was stolen. Eurobond was stolen, about $1 billion was stolen back. That is the truth. The records are there. These are the mistakes that happened in the past that we are trying to rectify together with President William Ruto. And therefore, we want people who stole yesterday to stop lecturing us. We are trying to correct their mistakes. Secondly, we are very, very confident that President William Ruto will run this government successfully and later on continue to serve his remaining 10 years. That is the confidence we have. And we want to tell our detractors, the detractors of broad-based government, that we are here to stay. We are not going anywhere. Yeah, we are here to stay. We are in charge of the government. We are correcting mistakes here and there. But what I want to tell you is that we are on course, and nobody should doubt what we are doing in broad-based government. Lastly, on our party ODM, I want to tell our people, members of our party, those who are in our party who are, expressing divergent views about our partnership with William Ruto, that political parties are not anchored, or they are not built merely by rhetorics. You don't build a political party by simply rhetoricing and making noise. Political parties are built even using resources. So even if you are a member of ODM and you are holding a leadership position on ODM, you should tell us how much contribution you have made in ODM other than rhetorics. Because some people who have all simply came recently and they are just, the only thing they do is to make noise. They seem to talk like they know they are holding ODM party like this. If you ask Oburu Oginga and Raila Odinga, they will tell you that they spent family resources to build ODM. They have forfeited their own happiness and investment that they should have used to support the Odinga family. They put that money in the ODM party. So if you just joined ODM yesterday and you think you know ODM so much that you can even begin to counter what Baba is saying, I want to caution you that you are treading on a very slippery path. And we don't fear anybody. ODM will never be brought down by one rhetoric. If ODM was to fall, ODM would be sorry because of exit of Ababu Namwamba. Ababu Namwamba knew that akienda ataenda na chama. Ababu is today history. Nobody even hears about Ababu Namwamba. Sasa hii Sifuna akienda, what will happen? Yeah, so you can, if you threaten us that you can leave ODM, you can leave. Jared Okello is here. Jared Okello has better English because Jared Okello went to school in England. He went to school in America. He can speak better English than even some of these people who are claiming to be speaking for the party. So the people speaking for the party, we can get anyone to speak for the party. But the fact is that the party is not built merely by rhetorics. There are huge investments which have been put in the party by Raila Odinga and the family. And these are things we cannot take for granted. When Baba speaks, we respond and we act accordingly because we know the sacrifices he has made and the investment he has put in the party.
In broad daylight, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, together with the President William Samoei Ruto, signed an MOU that was going to govern our transactions with this government. In broad daylight, the President, in his wisdom, reached out to Right Honorable Raila Odinga for the sake of unity and tranquility in our country. A country that was teetering on the precipice of collapse. But Raila Odinga and William Ruto brought it together. Raila Odinga has what it takes to lead this country because leading he has. For the last 30 years, he has directed our politics. And through that, he's now helping President William Ruto to achieve his objectives for the country. President Ruto has the mandate to lead our country, Kenya. And on that mandate, we are ready to support him to the bitter end. If there are disagreements, if there are disgruntled voices within the MOU that was signed by President Ruto and Raila Odinga, Raila will never resort to any proxy to pass that message to the country. Raila signed that accord by himself in broad daylight, and they addressed our nation. And therefore, if there is any problem, it is Raila Odinga who will come out to tell us, not anybody else. And therefore, those who want to abrogate themselves the roles of communicating Raila's thoughts to this country, we will not listen to you. We will only read the lips of Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Secondly, and this is most important, all the noises that you are hearing from this country now is just because Honorable Atandi has been made the chair of budget. All the discomfort in our country is because Honorable Bahari is the one in charge of Treasury. All the noises echoed from across the plains and the highlands is because Honorable Wandai is in charge of energy. All this that you are hearing day in, day out is as a result of our own sister Dorcas Uduor occupying the office of the Attorney General. And all this that you are hearing is just because Raymond Omolo is the Internal Security Principal Secretary. Because they have always believed that we cannot lead any docket. And there are certain dockets that have been earmarked for certain communities. For 62 years, Aluo has never been a chairman of budget. That we have been waiting on the sidelines for 62 years for Honorable Atandi to be the chair of budget. That we have waited for 62 years for Bahari to be declared the Treasury Cabinet Secretary. That for 62 years, Aluo has been made an Attorney General. And for 34 years, Luos have been waiting for Raymond Omolo to become the Principal Secretary in charge of Interior. So Ruto has done what no any other president has done to us as a community. If it was a jinx, then President Ruto has broken the jinx on our behalf. And therefore, we as a community, led by Right Honorable Raila Odinga, who has already delivered us to Ruto, we will not listen to anybody else, but listen to President Ruto and Right Honorable Raila Odinga. And if we get to a stage, and God forbid, that they will have certain disagreements, it is those two to communicate to us, up to and including withdrawal from that MOU, and not anybody else. So to my Luo community, let me make it clear. Let me be a bit more clearer. Those who are disgruntled by President Ruto, the moment Luos will disembark from this government, I assure you, they will all troop back to William Ruto. I can assure you that they will come back to President Ruto. And you will be isolated alone. And alone, you will be out in the cold. So don't be lied to that when you move from this government to join the opposition, that the opposition will be stronger. Those people will go back to the government as you troop out of that government. I don't want to wafuo negi. Apen yufuo negi udwa we negi.
kendo jonyuol support school no maber, kendo gi ensure ni jopuonj odhi mbele maber, gi ensure ni school odhi maber, kendo ok gikuodh skund gi no marach. The NGCDF should start looking at how to ensure that our schools become CBC or CBE compliant.
The principal said teachers, head of institutions rather, and teachers, all invited guests, parents and students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is with great honor and heartfelt gratitude that I stand before you today on behalf of the staff, students and parents of Boro Secondary School. Invite the Minister of Education, represented by our sub-county.
Jodara one campaign oge kwa meli, wadwaro pet ki meli